My blissful gorgeous self, now I am introducing you to Universal Hindu Party Center, Vrindavan. The most misunderstood and very complex point in the world is to know the Dharma, an absolute reality, and also Bhagavan. Both have been not ignorantly but foolishly and suicidically mistranslated as religion and God. All problems, all diseases, all sufferings, all terrorism and political chaos and wars are rooted deeply in ignorance of Dharma and Bhagavan. In fact, if you know Dharma, you know the absolute truth. And if you know the Bhagavan, you automatically know Dharma, which alone single-handedly can bring fulfillment to your life, rich with peace, harmony and happiness. So, my dear friends, let us begin. Vilasa Vikranta Paravaralayam Namasya Darte Kshapane Kritakshanam Dhanam Madiyam Tava Pada Pankajam Kadanu Sakshat Karavani Chakshusha. My dear friends, from early 1800 AD to mid 1900s, when European scholars were translating Hindu literature in their own languages, they had hard time with words such as Dharma, Brahma, Varna, Bhagavan, like that. In order to state Dharma, they used many words such as righteousness, cosmic law, holy tradition, moral codes of conduct, and several more. After 1947, when India rose as independent country, Subhash Chandra Bose had been already Prime Minister of India, supported by 10 countries. Even in election, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was elected as Prime Minister of India by majority of votes. But because of double-faced Gandhi's serious dishonesty, Nehru, a crypto-Muslim, was made Prime Minister, whom nobody voted. Soon after, Gandhi was assassinated for his hundreds of crimes, and by 1950, Sardar Patel died, Muslim Nehru, concealing his Muslim identity, announcing himself Kashmiri Hindu Pandit, became busy to strengthen his anti-India roots in India to Islamize it as first jihadi terrorist. Then he made many laws to divide Hindus, such as Hindu Code Bill. Then he concocted India not a Hindu country, as it was decided, on the basis of which the country was divided into two nations, that India will be a Hindu country, but Pakistan and Bangladesh became Muslim countries, but India became secular country. It is wickedness of this Nehru. So the first he threatened chief ministers of different states to not let Muslims go to Pakistan, which was recently separated from India, and built two-nation theory as Pakistan for Muslims and India for the Hindus. Secondly, he appointed only uneducated Orthodox Muslims as education minister, whom he can make dance on his fingertips. This continued one after another 4-5 times, all the way for 15 some years. Thirdly, he gave communists, the dire enemy of Hindus in India, responsibility to write Indian history and other books of subjects, different subjects to be taught in schools, colleges and universities. It also included translation of ancient scriptures of Vedic India. He went on destroying India and his Qawmi allies, mispresenting history, ancient literatures and messages of India to outside world. European scholars were at least hesitant and sensitive in translating the words like Dharma and Bhagavan and tried to explain in whole paragraphs. But these communist allies of Nehru did not even bother to think deeply on the subject. They translated it as religion. They translated Dharma as religion in all Indian and foreign languages. Same was absolute truth, or Bhagavan was translated as God, or Allah, or Jehovah. Same stupidity they did with Varna. They blindly translated it as caste system, whereas it means division of labor in 4 skillful groups. The Shiksha means education and protection and financial development and labor. These are 4 classes. That makes Varna. But this person just translated it as caste system. And Nehru blindly gave this mistranslation the government stamp as valid. This way, utter ignorance and mispresentation of India's wisdom started right from India with government section in support. After some time, Bollywood movie company became filled with Muslim script writers and actors and actresses with Hindu names and inserted hatred and exploitation and inhuman treatments to lower class from upper class groups in their movies, okay? Along with free sex, glamours and songs and crime scenes. So, criminalism grew and spiritually suicide attempts started everywhere. Government and Christian missionary schools, colleges brainwashed youths and they started coming out, becoming government employees. They were all anti-Hindu mindset. Black Brits are Muslim Christian appeasing and admirers. Sanatana Hindu Dharma has many branches, many holy traditions, or many monotheisms within it, such as absolutists, yogis, universalists, Shaiva, Vaishnava, Shakta, Sauras or Mithrites, and many more. Later, the Saurites became Mithrites in Europe. They all are introspective and rich with sanskaras of mutual respect and feeling equal as divine path co-travelers. They understand the meaning of Dharma and Varna and Bhagavan. But Islam and Christianity are mere political agendas with unscientific faith about earth and creation, with motto that all must get converted into their belief or get ready to be murdered. Ladies get raped, wealth and land and country to be plundered. And they believed our God, announced our God is the only true God. Our religion is the only religion. If you don't follow, you will burn in hellfire for eternity. So the Muslims and Christians are programmed from the birth that outside their faith, all Buddhists, all Hindus, and all Jainis, and all Taoists, and all Sikhs, and all pagans, all follow devil, worthy to be hated and terrorized and looted. They are mostly beef meat eaters, drug wine addicts, have sex with sisters and daughters, and those blood relatives having sex with whom is in Hinduism very nasty and punishable with death sentence. That was the penalty, which also infects, because these crimes infect with incurable disease. Each family becomes like growth hell, doing halalas over and over. So as soon as one is converted, he or she is not guided to do introspection. As soon as one is converted into Christian or Muslim, he is not guided to do introspection and meditations, but immediately recreated to convert others and treat all others as satanic, doing inquisitions. Okay? At the same time, these converted flocks unite to convert India into a land of Islam or Jesus. To do that, they come in politics. They become chief minister or chief justice or professor and keep on destabilizing nations. So communism is involved in similar treason works and survives with these crimes, and mostly they go unpunished. Hindu societies, political leaders of India, United Nations organization should drop the illusion that Christianity and Islam are religions at all. In India, in Iran, in Egypt, in Greece, and Italy, and China, and Japan, and Slav, and Scandinavian people of Europe were all followers of universalism before Christianity and Islam crept in. Even in cultures of South and North America and African communities, the print of universalism is still visible, where people are not converted into these evil creeds. Even in ancient Arab and Ethiopian tribes, this is still visible. So monotheism was born as Christian nation in 5th century AD and as Muslim in 7th century AD. With the advent of monotheism, the spread of faith by use of not only armed force and economic power, but also plunder, rape, abduction, humiliation, and inquisition, like torture of innocent humans, began. So first, they immediately destroyed the religious places of other faiths. They broke, defiled, and defiled the sacred images of other gods, the gods of other religions, and burned their sacred scriptures, killed their priests and saints, and humiliated them, and made untiring efforts to destroy their cultures roots and branches. Secondly, they converted and still doing the same to the followers of other faiths at the point of sword or gun, are tempting them with money, privileges and humiliating them in heinous ways. Third, Muslim customs. Muslims and Christians are slaughtered in cold blood once someone is by hook or crook defeated, enslaved or sold their families in far-off lands and plundered their properties. Those who survived were made second-class citizens, burdened with many disabilities and trodden underfoot in various ways by monotheists in power. Mullahs and missionaries and their apologists attribute their innate barbarianism to this or that conqueror or victor. We never did it, they say. All inquisitions and similar disgrace to humanity was committed by invisible unknowns and not them. Inquisition doers were Protestants and not us. But history stands witness. Even they quote a few Hindu sounding sentences from Quran and Bible, and Sarvadharma Sambhav hollering apologists supporting secular Hindu tirelessly defending Mullah Firangis is a matter of investigation, my dear friends. History proclaims through the chronicles of knights who were regular assembly members. Whenever monotheist monarchs did such monstrous act on innocent flocks, these knights, devoid of clerics and historians, humanistic feelings, praised him for such of his monstrosity, each of his monstrosities. They honored him by title of Ghazi and quite clearly stated such demonicism is sanctioned by their religion and quote some passages from Quran Bible in their support. Although the universalism of the world over have been brutally destroyed by Christianity and Islam, still surviving literature from Iran, South Korea, Japan and India contains expositions of universalism, some clear, some confused. In India, especially with ashrams and books by the centers of four Shankaracharyas, and their discourses contain the spirit of Hindu Dharma. Following them, anyone can integrate his or her life and make life blissful. According to guidance, education and training, there are 7 symptoms of universal Hinduism. Just as hydrogen and oxygen are abstract air, when combined become liquid water, and water freezes, assumes the form of ice, and ice can be of many kinds, many sizes. You can color it and shape it differently. Same, the absolute truth is Nirgun Nirakar. It can only be experienced in deep recesses of one's being through Jnana Yoga. The same absolute reality appears as effulgent light through yoga, purified vision. The same absolute reality as ice assumes the form of Sagun Sakar Bhagavan through Bhakti Yoga when your causeless unconditional love grows to certain height भगवान